to you. And we'll start with the opening statement from Coach Drew.
Thought our team made big strides from our first two conference games. Moved the ball much better. Thought we played together much better, in a tough environment on the road. And was really proud. First half we controlled pace. Had a lead going in. We knew those first 4 minutes of the second half was going to be crucial. Unfortunately, they went on that 7-0 run to start, and we just couldn't catch up after that.
Okay, we're going to have questions for the student athletes. If you have any questions for the players, let us know.
Aaron, in the second half, it seemed like those threes that you and everyone else on the team were making in the first half were just not falling. What was kind of the difference between those looks? Because they seemed to be pretty open too.
We got the open looks we wanted. We practice it every day. We practice shooting every day. So, as a team, I know we can shoot better. I can shoot better. And winning players make winning plays. So as the season goes on, we'll make those shots. I'm not worried about that.
Assuming you guys were having a really good season up until you hit kind of some snags in conference play. How different is the competition level in conference play as opposed to non-conference?
It's more physical, and every possession counts, and you have to play hard defense then on offense for the whole 40 minutes. We're getting better and better every game, as you can see, and the season goes along, we're going to start winning some games and start capitalizing on those moments.
So you 0-3 start in SEC play. How frustrating is it, or what's the mood in the locker room like right now following your third straight loss?
It's obviously quiet after a loss, but we're all staying positive because we're making strides as a team every game, and we're just going to go back to practice and just work on things that we didn't do as well this game, and then hopefully get a win on Wednesday.
Is it better for these losses to sting and hurt, or is it better for the team to just move on and have a short memory?
A little bit of both. It shows us how hard we have to play for all 40 minutes and we have to execute. And then also we got to move on because conference play is very quick and the next game is in the next couple of days, so you can't dwell on the loss.
Additional questions for the student athletes? Anyone else? Anyone? No, gentlemen, y'all this week. Okay, if you have questions for the coach, please raise your hand and get a microphone to you.
Bryce, what do you think happened in those early minutes of the second half?
I'd have to go back look at the film. I think we had a turnover somewhere in there, and two of the times we gambled in the backcourt, which is something obviously we don't want to do. So it let out the transition. I thought our half-court defense was pretty good, but those transition baskets, I think all 7 were in transition. Really gave them some momentum and took away the pace from us. I thought we were controlled the pace of the game, and that kind of had a little shift to start the second half.
Bryce, you start the game 4 for 5 from 3, and then you end up starting with the first 5 misses in the second half. To what do you attribute the kind of streaky nature of the way this team has played offense at times?
As a coach, your goal is you want to get them good open shots for your best shooters. And today, Simi, I thought did a great job finding guys. And Aaron, Matt, Joe, they had really good looks. And so, we're probably not going to win games until they can at least get up in the mid-30s percentile. We shoot 14% on wide open looks. It's going to be hard to beat anybody.
Coach, out rebounded 38-21. What did they do so well in terms of their physicality of their front court?
Coming into the game, that was one of our, obviously, top things was rebounding. We knew it was going to be a concern. First half, I thought we did really well. Again, that margin was a lot tighter. And second half, obviously, got away with the 12 offensive rebounds. They have a lot of big bodies. We're not as deep. And so, when you got big bodies hitting you for 20 minutes, eventually, the last 10 minutes, if you're rotating a lot of big bodies, it wears on you. And so, I thought some of their big bodies, just constant contact, wore on us. But it was good for our young guys. It was good for them to experience this, and it'll help us as we face bigger guys the rest of the year.
Coach, 50% from the free throw line tonight seems to have been a little challenging at times so far. How do you guys prepare to move forward into the rest of SEC play on free
You know, that's another concern, and you know, you can believe me when I say we've addressed it in practice, and we've substituted a lot of practice time ongoing for, you know, for the last 6 weeks actually, so we lost the game early in the year to free throws. And you know, as a coach, you just continue to practice it, try to practice it different ways. And again, that's another line that it's been Achilles' heel for us. It's cost us some games, and we got to shoot better from the line.
Bryce, in terms of your kind of your attitude and approach to the way you coach this team right now, I mean, when you start 0-3, is it kind of, are you trying to stay the course and say, you know, that we're doing the right things, just needs to start falling, or do you kind of try and change direction a little bit, try and shake things up, maybe try and just spark it that way?
You know, to the outside world, you go 0-3, and obviously as a coach, you're miserable, you know, when you're 0-3. But on the inside, we've had probably 5 of the best days that we've had all year with our guys, as far as togetherness and transparency and taking steps forward. You know, we're the 305th youngest team in the country, and we're going to take some steps back before we take steps forward. These last 5 days, we made a lot of progress. You know, I wish the schedule was a little different. Some of the games we had early, I wish they were later in the year. Certain ones were at home, but we're going to get better. We'll continue to get better.
Bryce, you mentioned on Thursday that the last 8 minutes of games is an issue.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the final stretch tonight?
Yeah, you know, during the stretch we had, I think, 2 turnovers and then a bad shot by our perimeter players. So those are 3 key plays that pretty much we were right there, still 5-point game, 7-point game. We had some looks, and then those couple turnovers and a bad